What's up YouTube, Tech All-Star here, and for all you newcomers, my channel is drifting and automotive content, so I'll be showcasing my progression as a driver, the things that I may encounter along the way, and eventually I'll be able to go toe-to-toe with the best of the best. So if that's something that interests you, you're more than welcome to stick around and enjoy the show. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to install a drift button in your S550 Mustang. So I've already installed this button on here, but I'll show you the process that it takes to actually install this, to take the stock one out and install this piece right here, because it actually doesn't fit perfectly in the hole for the e-brake boot. I'll also put on the screen the company that I got this drift button from. So quite naturally, you have this stock button right here, and there'll also be like this little retaining clip to make this area look really clean. Now for drifting, you're going to use the handbrake, especially when it comes to tandeming. And if you had a stock handbrake, usually you have to hold this button, and before you put it back down, you need to put the handbrake all the way down and then release the button. Now typically, and I've done this many times before while drifting, is that I pulled it up, I forgot to hold the button in, and it ended up releasing it too soon, and the handbrake would stay up while I'm drifting. And of course, that'll end up causing the car to stall or come out of drift or anything like that, and you don't want that. So we have a drift button right here. Now if you want to retain this button, you can put like a cloth or something like that on top of it and use the pliers to twist it out. Or if you don't care like me, you just use the pliers. You know, got these clines right here, anything like that, and you can twist it out. So as you can see, it's coming out. Twist that bad boy on out, and there will be a spring in here. I don't know if you can see that, but there'll be a spring in there, and you have to use some pliers, some needle nose pliers, or even a flathead or something narrow enough to go in this hole so that you can get the spring out. All right, so here's the spring. There's a spring right there. There's a little net mesh on it for some reason. So after you do that, your job isn't done, because like I said, if your car is stock, this isn't gonna, you can screw this on, but it won't go all the way in. It's not gonna go all the way into the boot quite naturally. So what you're going to do, you're going to have to take these panels off, this upper panel. You're going to pop this off down here. You're going to pop this panel right here on the side off, and you're going to pop this panel over here off, and you're going to lift this section right here. And what that'll do, that'll allow you to access the bolts to the back side and the front side of the boot, so you can slide this off. It's going to be really tight, so slide this off as hard as you can, or as best as you can without breaking anything. And then you're going to drill this hole out with a 5/8 bit. All right, I know it's hard to see, but after you get these side panels off on each side, there's going to be some bolts in there. I'm not sure what size they are. They might be 7 mil. This car is kind of weird with the bolt sizes, almost like a BMW. I think it's a 7 mil bolts. There's 2 of them on both sides. You get those out, and then you can start prying this up with a flathead. What I do, I go over here to the glove box and I start prying it up right here. It'd be best if you have one of those trim removers, but I don't have that. I just have a flathead. So I'm gonna take that loose and show you guys what's next. All right, so once you're able to get this panel up a pretty good amount, you'll be able to get this bolt right here and the bolt up here in the front. Now I'm not going to take mine off because I've already done this, but like I said, you take those bolts off and then you slide the boot off. Then you take a 5/8 bit, drill this out as the best you can, and then after you do that, you do not put the spring back in there. The spring does not go back in there. You go ahead and twist this on like so. And by drilling the hole out, it'll allow this to actually fit all the way in there. And once you got it in there, to release the handbrake, you press it in, it's all the way down, and then you can just pull it however you want without it locking. And then when you want to lock the handbrake so that you can use it as a parking brake, hold this up, you push it out, and then you hold it, and then there you go, it locks. Good old drift brake. That's all you need to get out there and start shredding.